Shrek 5 hasn't even been released yet, but it has already turned the internet upside down. And it's not because of the latest memes or the new list of actors. The first teaser triggered a wave of criticism and frustration from fans. Plus, many new plot theories have emerged. In general, we have plenty to discuss, so get comfortable. It's going to be interesting. The recent announcement of the fifth Shrek movie sparked a wave of discussions on the internet, especially among fans who were eagerly awaiting the return of their beloved characters. However, the result wasn't as joyful as many had imagined. The animation quality was immediately criticized, as it had become more cartoonish. Many started talking about the Disneyfication of the franchise, and how DreamWorks had adapted everything to fit the modern animation standards, forgetting about the original character of the previous films. As a result, the teaser looked somewhat strange. The creators decided to update the appearance of the characters, which caught many viewers by surprise. The new character designs triggered mixed reactions. Some fans appreciated the changes, saying the characters looked more modern. However, the majority expressed dissatisfaction, feeling that the new designs lost their original charm and uniqueness. In the teaser, you can see that the characters' facial features became more realistic and expressive. The filmmakers improved the texture of the character's skin, added more realistic lighting and shadows, and made the animation of movement smoother. On paper, all of this looks good. But in reality, these changes haven't been received as unanimously positive. Many feel that the graphics have actually become worse. The characters look soapy, and even Shrek's vest has lost its detailing. The creators explained that these changes were necessary for the characters to fit better into modern animation standards and look more natural in the new scenes. However, fans believe that the new design deviates too far from the original and disrupts the nostalgic experience. Not staying aside, the official Sonic account also chimed in on the matter. On social media, they posted a comparison of two versions of the blue hedgehog from the first movie. It was a subtle hint for DreamWorks to avoid repeating the mistakes that happened with the creation of Sonic in the film. Recall that the first Sonic movie was heavily criticized for the visual appearance of the main character. His design was too realistic and gave him human-like facial features, which didn't sit well with fans. After a massive backlash, the creators were forced to redo Sonic's design and return him to a more familiar look. In the end, this comeback worked well, and the franchise is still thriving today. Given the wave of criticism, one of the co-directors quickly explained that the teaser for the fifth movie was initially planned for December this year. However, a leak regarding Zendaya's involvement in the project forced the studio to release it almost a year ahead of schedule. This explains the teaser's questionable animation quality. The creators simply didn't have enough time to finalize it as they had originally intended. Of course, this sounds like an excuse, but what else could they do? Admitting that they would release the teaser later, especially after its content leaked online, would have been wrong. In any case, the production team has now been given a hard time by fans, and they will have to put in a lot of work to improve the animation quality. Let's not forget that the release of Shrek 5 is scheduled for December 2026, so the studio has almost 2 years to get everything right. However, animation and visual elements are not the only aspects that are raising questions right now. Shrek's daughter, voiced by Zendaya in the original, has also come under scrutiny. Internet detectives came to some unexpected conclusions after the teaser was released, which you've probably heard about. While we don't want to dive too deep into this controversial topic, it's worth noting that these are just speculations that may not be confirmed, although the Shrek creators have already received some criticism for it. By the way, Zendaya's involvement in the fifth installment came as a surprise to many, as there had been no prior information about her appearance. It's expected that her character, Felicia, will become an important part of the plot, adding a new dynamic to the relationship between Shrek and Fiona. The teaser shows that she has inherited not only her parents' physical traits, but also their charisma and sense of humor. The creators of the film emphasize that the introduction of a new character is not just a way to refresh the franchise, but also an opportunity to explore new themes like parenthood and growing up. This will add a new layer to the story, which has always been known for its humor and satire. Fans have already begun actively discussing how Shrek's daughter will fit into the established world. Most speculate that she could become a connecting link between old and new characters, and also open doors for further development of the franchise as a whole. Zendaya's participation in Shrek 5 is great news, considering the actress is in high demand right now. In 2026, she'll be starring in several major projects: Christopher Nolan's Odyssey, Spider-Man 4, the new season of Euphoria, Dune, and of course, Shrek 5. Additionally, it has been reported that an old familiar character will return in the 5th installment. Lord Farquaad will once again be part of the franchise. The information has not yet been officially confirmed, but actor John Lithgow, who voices the character, has previously expressed his desire to return to the role. Therefore, we are awaiting his appearance and how his character will be integrated into the plot, although there is already a whole theory about his role, with many arguments. The release teaser supports the popular version of the film's plot and Shrek's past, showing the ogre family. It hints that the 5th movie will focus specifically on this aspect of the story. Shrek 3 first touched on the theme of family when it was revealed that Fiona was pregnant. A little later, the 4th installment revolved around Shrek's desire to have more time for himself after being overwhelmed by fatherhood duties. However, none of the movies were a full-fledged family story, instead focusing on the main character's internal struggle. Shrek 5 will clearly focus on the ogre family, thus supporting the most popular theory about the film's plot. The thing is, a script has been circulating online for a while, which suggests that the 5th film will tell Shrek's backstory. It will explain what happened to his parents and reveal his relationship with them. This version assumes that Shrek's parents will be like he was at the beginning of the saga. In other words, they will be ogres who hate humans and don't want to associate with any other creatures. Shrek's parents will be happy to learn that their son now has a family, but they will be outraged when they find out that he's become softer, kinder, and made friends. This will create a plot conflict, with Felicia playing a decisive role. Furthermore, the biggest mystery of the franchise is what happened to the other ogres. Since the first film, Shrek has been the only ogre in this world, because Fiona was turned into an ogre. His family never appeared in any of the films, and the only mention was when Shrek told that his father tried to eat him when he was little. We also know that he started living alone in the swamp from a young age, although the reason for this was never specified. However, in an alternative timeline in the 4th film, there were many ogres. This timeline, where Shrek was never born, supports the theory that he was the only ogre to survive the mass persecution of his kind in his world. This also explains the return of Lord Farquaad, who is most likely behind it. When Shrek returns to his ogre timeline, none of the ogres are visible, and although they appear in a musical snippet at the very end of the film, they are not considered canon. The 5th film is finally going to reveal what happened to the ogres and where his parents are, especially since it will be focused on family. We might expect a resolution to this conflict, with the main character finding his lost family and inner peace. For now, this is just a theory, and clarity will come after the release of the official teaser. Given the already existing criticism of its creation, they will likely proceed with extreme caution. In any case, we are eagerly awaiting the release of the 5th film. Despite all the disagreements, we are promised that Shrek 5 will retain the spirit of the original films while offering a fresh perspective on the beloved characters. It's still too early to make conclusions about the final quality of the project, but the creators have received strong feedback and will likely work on improving things. In the meantime, share your impressions of the first teaser and let us know in the comments whether you're worried about the 5th film or if it's too soon to panic. That's all for today, friends. See you in new videos very soon.